the Ripple XRP ruling was very favorable to centralized exchanges and wallets and anybody who cares about doing things with tokens. We were concerned that there might be FUD rulings. Gary would wave his arm and declare all tokens officially illegal according to the SEC.
But the beauty of the Swift pilot was people can use their existing infrastructure and play in the digital assets world. And that's game changing. You go from 0 organization to potentially 11,000 organizations who don't have to worry about a gas token, wallet, and start transacting in the world of Web3. Like, if there's any way to get billion users to chain, this is the one of the easiest one, I will say.
If you think about the benefits of digital money, there are huge potential gains. It's not just about digital forms of physical currency. You can have programmability, units of central bank currency with expiry dates. You could have, as I argue in my book, a potentially better and some people might see it, or a darker world where the government decides that units of central bank money can be used to purchase some things, but not other things that it deems less desirable.
The third way we think CBDC can improve financial inclusion is through what we call programmability. That is, CBDC can allow government agencies and private sector players to program, to create smart contract, to allow targeted policy functions. For example, welfare payment. For example, consumption coupon. For example, food stamp. By programming CBDC, those money can be precisely targeted for what kind of people can own and what kind of use this money can be utilized. For example, for food. So this potential programmability can help government agencies to precisely target their support to those people who need support.
Contrary to what some conspiracy theories assume, you don't really need to implant chips in people's brains in order to control them or to manipulate them. For thousands of years, prophets and poets and politicians have used language and storytelling in order to manipulate and to control people and to reshape society. Now AI is likely to be able to do it. And once it can do that, it doesn't need to send killer robots to shoot us. It can get humans to pull the trigger if it really needs to. AI has just hacked the operating system of human civilization. What we are potentially talking about is nothing less than the end of human history. Now, not the end of history, just the end of the human-dominated part of what we call history.
Yes, in the Industrial Revolution, we saw the creation of a new class of the urban proletariat, and much of the political and social history of the last 200 years involved what to do with this class and the new problems and opportunities. Now, we see the creation of a new massive class of useless people. As computers become better and better in more and more fields, there is a distinct possibility that computers will outperform us in most tasks and will make humans redundant. And then the big political and economic question of the 21st century will be, what do we need humans for? Or at least, what do we need so many humans for?
Do you have an answer in the book?
At present, the best guess we have is keep them happy with drugs and computer games.
When the government types would say, Bill Gates would say this, and Bernanke would say it, and Yellen would say it, and all these people would say, crypto is only used by money launderers and terrorists. And I was like, no, it's not. It's a tiny fraction. I had no idea they had inside information, that they were the ones doing the laundering of crypto. Right. Wow. So
going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event, and now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, guys, we have Bitcoin and crypto pulling back tonight. Do not forget CME open, so we know it's going to move the market. And once yield rates start moving in the morning, we know it's going to move the market also. Now, we had Elon Musk firing back at Sam Altman. The photo definitely was funny on Twitter. But guys, we know all of them are on the same page. Sam Altman, Zuckerberg, Elon, Bill Gates, they're all on a mission for the 4th Industrial Revolution. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which are flat. We have the dollar, which is down, and we know that's been great for the markets. They've been able to have a breather. We have volume in crypto right now is down. We have Tether, USDC, and then we have the Fed. Repo had got up under $1 trillion, guys, on Thursday, but we went back on Friday. We'll see how it works out this week. But we have the U.S. bill proposes outlawing government use of China-made blockchains and Tether. So, guys, we see the Binance and Tether movie just keeps continuing. And we know Xi is coming to San Francisco this week. And then we also have the government shutdown looming drama this week also. So, guys, we constantly have the movies coming up. You get your popcorn, sit back, and let it play out. Now, we had consensus Joe Lubin, and we know it should say JP Morgan, but he talks about how he benefited from the Ripple XRP ruling. And we know Ethereum smart contracts are going to change everything that we do. And speaking of changing everything that we do, of course, guys, we have Swift and Chainlink link up. And remember, Chainlink is giving all this data from all these blockchains and bringing it back to Swift, giving Swift the all-seeing eye. And we know how important interoperability is. And the power of blockchain brings the power of CBDCs. Programmable money, telling you what, where, and when and how to buy, and you have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof, it's gone. And the technology is already here. But unfortunately, the sheep are asleep, distracted on things that don't matter. And we have Yuval once again given us the truth. And we know language can be used as witchcraft. We see it on a daily basis. We know all about the Hegelian dialectic. We know all about the divide and conquer. But they call it television programming for a reason. You know, I've done plenty of videos on it. It was there to program the mind of the masses. The same way when you look at the school system, it's indoctrination. To be a worker bee takes all your creativity out the window. And Yuval again talks about the useless people. What are you going to do with them? Free money, drugs, and games. And we know that's the reason why they're building a metaverse. And you attach the metaverse with the supercomputers, people will not know whether they're in the real world or artificial. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about Grayscale, and about $29.8 billion. Now, getting over into a little crypto news, we have XRPL's fixed reduced offers V1 upgrade initiates 80% consensus countdown. And this upgrade minimizes the occurrence of order books blocked by reduced offers and allows protocol modifications backed by over 80% validator support within 2 weeks. And lastly, guys, we have FTX files billion-dollar lawsuit against Bybit over asset withdrawals. And when we look at all the companies that were involved in FTX, all the money, it is unbelievable. And you had some of the biggest corporations on board. So guys, that's how we know it was all a big movie for a bigger plan. And we know the plan is the fourth industrial revolution. But in order to bring the digital transformation in, you have to have the money. And I let Mark Yusko tell you, because we know the banks are the biggest what? I'll let Mark Yusko finish that. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Team save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Team save New York. From COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Team goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.